Hola, holla. How you doing?
Howdy ho. How's everything
What's up?
going?
What's going on, man?
Ugh.
What's the temperature where everybody's at?
It's what, like 80 degrees here, I think.
This weather is terrific. It's colder than usual. It's like I don't think
What
it's normal. I
what's
think
the
don't
temperature?
get me started. I think everything.
What's the
If
temperature?
I don't know, wait, I'm telling you, it's very cold. It's not the norm for this the usual weather, but I think it's probably like in this. I'm gonna guesstimate 60, late 60s, not even 70s. But it's been very gloomy and
It's
cold
73 right
lately.
now. Here it's 73 degrees.
What? Is that hot for you guys? Is
Hell yeah, that's hot.
that warm?
That's hot.
Yeah. Mm,
See, and you talking
that's
about
warm here too.
something's wrong. Something's wrong is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you live out there and we live out
It's been.
here.
That's what I'm saying. Like it hasn't been the normal weather for us, but I think it's been like that. Like in like other like a lot of different states where the weather just seems a little off. Seems weird.
I don't know. It seems good where we at, but I'll visit there one day. It must be a different type of heat then.
No, it's not even heat. Like the sun hasn't been up. It's been very gloomy and just really like just cold. Like if it was
You got to
winter or
realize,
fall
like,
or some shit.
San Diego has a
It's
different kind
out
of
of the ordinary.
temperature from LA and stuff like that.
All right.
San
But look,
Diego
that's if
has a
you're
little
talking
bit.
about our regular weather. This is
San
not the
Diego has a little
normal
bit
weather
cooler
here.
weather, a little bit more cooler weather than, but it still has some beautiful weather.
Yeah.
All
Like right
right.
now, it usually don't even be like this ever. What's this, June? Yeah, it usually be hot. About to be June.
All right. Well, San Diego is not hot right now. It's gloomy.
I like
70,
it.
73 degrees gloomy. That's
I
a
know
gloomy
it's
set.
53, but I like it. There's no sun, so
I know.
let's don't get me started on my shit, on my conspiracy shit. Okay,
All
trying
right,
not
well, all right, we'll leave San Diego out of
to.
this. All right. Let's just get to what the question is. I have a question.
Yeah,
I personally have a
yeah.
question. Just
Go ahead.
curious. I want to know, is there an expiration date on your pass? Like anybody's pass,
Me too.
not specifically your pass, but do you believe that
Yeah,
there
people
should be
people
an
change.
expiration date?
Yes, people change. I'm saying I'm not the same person I was when I was doing all that dumb shit. I'm saying so. Should people judge me on what I did on my past, or should they judge me on what I'm doing now?
Like,
I
it's
mean,
not where you been, it's where you at.
I'm just that's what I'm saying. It's crazy because I've come from from where we were. I'm saying, and the things we were doing to where we're at now, where we're more positive and stuff. So would I want someone to judge me for what I did in the past, especially since I'm doing much more positive in the future or in the present?
yeah, I get it. I just look. This is the question because I be listen. I'm in the streets. I hear the streets. I listen, and it just seems like as the world opens, it's like beef. Like people still can't stand people that like even after all the knowing that you could have died, there was a possibility you catch a COVID, possibility you all the things that came with this pandemic. To now the world opening and it just seems like it's like and then it's crazy. Just listening to people, just talk about other people. It's just interesting. It bugged me out to just to know that there's that many people just sitting around just talking about waiting to about somebody else or look forward to talking about somebody else or for some past shit.
That's because they don't have nothing going on in their life. Like when you focus on doing stuff positive, when you focus on doing stuff positively, I'm saying it's just you wanting to be a better person. I'm saying
Yeah.
why some people just what you enjoy being a piece of shit. Like do you not want to move beyond that? Like just some people just find happiness in your misery. Like they won't be happy until you joining them in the slums.
Yeah. People usually gotta like hold on to stuff, like especially like petty stuff. Like you literally have to hold on to that shit. Like if you're just one of them people that bygones be shit, if shit just passes, you know what I mean? There's time that goes on and you don't really just depending on like say for what okay, I had when you had asked it earlier, I had an example. Right? Because I feel like people hold on, you have to literally go out of your way to hold on to some old shit. Like really just be like, oh, you know what I mean? You just don't want to let it go. Because how do you just be having that shit just like you know what I mean? How does that just resonate with you? And it's just like there, like you just can't let it. You have to literally like hold on to that because if not, time moves on and you heal or you grow or time passes. Like they say, this too shall pass. For example, is right where some exception is. Say for instance, where my I'm just gonna go ahead. I don't. This isn't Patreon, huh? Okay, fuck it. I don't. She says she never watches my shit. My big sis, right? Something happened, that wouldn't be the norm, like way out, like left field, like, phew, like my mom, if she was still here, would even be shocked. You know what I mean? I like always been like a little sister type of, I love my big sister. I used to always, she's ROTC, soccer, all that. I was always underneath my big sister. She's like my hero and shit, right? So before my mom passed, she was worried about what, me and Brandon were gonna be okay. And my sister's valid. She's like, no, I got them. They back. They'll always be all right with me, right? And that's how I've always felt with my sister up until a day where she just lost her fucking mind. And I don't know if it's because my brother-in-law passed away or anything like that, but she did something. I will save that for like another, you know what I mean? But she did something that was just so out of that it could have changed my life and my son's life. For like it just was just so like what the fuck what's wrong? And the thing is though, we kind of you know what I mean, chilled for a minute. And then, I would check in on her and we came back. But I'm like, I'm ready to like, okay, we can talk about this now because I need to understand why you did like let's work on this. It's the only way we can get past it. Because her and my son were so close. I used to let him go with her like every weekend. I couldn't do that no more because of it was changed and she didn't want to address it. She was like, it's great. And so how's everything? So I was like, oh, okay, I see where you're not gonna like even like act like, you know what I mean? So she's just not going to ever address this. And for me, it was so hurtful. Like I've been hurt in my life by people. But then when this happened, I just was like, fuck, I didn't been fucked up. I can experience it all because it's the last person I ever would think that, you know what I mean, I would ever have to experience this from, out of a family, my sis, you know what I mean, and in such a way. And that to this day it still messes with me. And I can't force her to address it or talk about it, but it's the only way. I'm trying here. I still let, somewhat them, and she knows it, them do, have that relationship and he knows it, but it's never going to be the same. Lucky it's even where it is now. That's because of me trying to have something to normalcy for him and her because I love her, but it's not, I can't ever get through that. I can't do it by myself. I need her to do it. I have not. I need her to do. I need her for it, and I still don't even know if that's going to help, but I know it will have some kind of resolve. Because I need to understand it. And she won't take me through it, and so for that right there, I would say is an exception, but it's not me like holding on to where we argue, I bring it up or anything like that. It's just like the elephant in the room with some situations. It's kind of just like, mm, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's always going to be there until she decides just to talk about it, communicate, say something. But that right there, I can't even choose to let that go. I could sit here and say, I'm over it, let it go. But that would be a lie because I could say it with my mouth, but inside it affects me, like my thinking and how I feel, and the choices and decisions that I make when it comes to our family or with my son. So that right there, I can't even control it, and it bothers me. But that right there, just I don't know, but I deal with it the best way I can. So when it comes to something like that, yeah, I just that's the only way I can speak.
I mean, that makes sense. So I'm not, that's what I'm saying. I'm not, there's certain things that I guess you just can't get over. Like well, I mean, certain things that that you need more. It's not just, oh, well, fuck it. You can't just say fuck it to certain things. Certain things have to be resolved in a certain manner. But I haven't really heard no stories like that. I've heard like involving a person that may have been involved with two people and those type of little petty beefs. That after years pass, does it matter? Like, did they slap you? Did they stab you? Did they rob you? Like, what are you holding on to that long? Did they do any of that? If they ain't do all that, then what the fuck are you holding on to? What is it? That's what I'm saying. Certain things there should be an expiration date on certain shit. Like no major violation should be just like no major violations when you're driving. They shouldn't be so. The penalty shouldn't be so harsh, man. Because then you be mad when somebody judge you about your shit. And everybody got some shit. If I learned anything in America, man, there's always some shit that somebody could find. They got some shit on some shit. So, like, I don't get that. That right there baffles me. Like, that was my thing. Like, I just didn't understand that. I don't understand how people could live like that. Still live like that. Experience
That's
it.
why it's sad. Some
See,
people just miserable.
see a year of the death rate being ridiculous for people.
Right.
And then
And
just
still holding on to shit.
soon as the first time they let you out the house, you're already looking for you just want to be in the mix of some shit.
Didn't learn shit the whole COVID experience, huh? Learn nothing.
Saved them a couple of
Yeah.
dollars. A lot of people is driving now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people is doing some things, so they
Yeah.
shopped well.
Yeah, that's a waste. All this to go on and all this death and like everything that's happened and for no one to like have grown at all. You know, I thought when it was going to be over in that same year, I was like, we halfway through it. And they kept saying a few more months. I was like, for anybody to go through this and not be changed at all, and at least you came in this the same, and you leave the same way you came in. I was like, that's a damn shame, you know. And look where we are now, and way past the year, or what they say we were supposed to be over it. So what did that person really do the whole time? Like, what were they doing?
Listen, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what everybody was doing, man. I hope everybody. Some people gonna do the right thing. Some people did the wrong thing. Some people did what they felt they needed to do. Some people felt did what they wanted to do.
He was
I
like
don't like
confined in the house. He was forced to kind of deal with your shit with yourself.
a lot of people ain't deal with their shit.
That's so
That's
sad.
that's why they got Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat. You ain't never got to deal with your shit. You could be in the house. It don't matter. Everybody, look, we wind up podcasting from sitting in the house. Somebody else, somebody else ain't dealing with their shit. They sitting there playing Candy Crush.
We do
True.
positive stuff though, right? We use it to
I mean,
connect.
that ain't nobody's fault. I mean, there's no fault to nobody. I'm just saying this year ain't over. And if they do what they try to do with that what they call giving you a stimulus check once a month. You think they're giving you a free stimulus check once a month? Everybody? No, your taxes will be affected. You may not get no taxes. You better budget a lot better than thinking that you was gonna wait until you got 10 grand. Cause now they letting you know they're giving you a certain amount per child in the household. So it doesn't even matter the age no more. It's just per child until they're not a child. So you're gonna get whatever they give you, and then when that child grow up, your shit gonna drop. And then you might get taxes depending on how much you make it. You might get a couple of dollars back, but it won't be the big checks. It won't be them giving you all the money at once.
Right.
Because now they see people getting smarter. So now they're going to break it into fractions. So that, you know what I'm saying? Everybody a lot of people took their lump sums and flipped it or invested it in something that's an investment that has that. So now you sitting there and you fucking now you sitting there and now they take away a child. That's your budget on top of what you make, and then you can't look for taxes to recoup because there will be no taxes. Everything will be taxes, but if they give you too much and you fuck around with them numbers the wrong way, you could end up owing.
So what is it? What is it exactly? Are they? So what is it? Is it an extra 300 they're giving per child now?
I think it's an extra 300 per child in the household. This is for that monthly thing. I think
The monthly stimulus. Yeah, the monthly
so
stimulus.
it would be 300 per child in the household. So if you got 5 kids, you come up. If you don't, you don't. And then I forgot how. I mean, that's how you go look at it. But it's still people. People spend years fucking. Can't wait to taxes. Can't wait to taxes.
Yeah.
Now all that shit is coming when you don't manage right. The taxes ain't gonna save you.
Or now when you don't pay your what you call it, you know how they give you an opportunity to keep that shit out of your unemployment. Like if you don't have them,
Everything is gonna be connected.
they didn't collect it this round. Oh, but they coming for it the next one.
But
And student loans.
You're gonna have to live different once you know that you're getting everything monthly. Like you getting your work money and you getting this stimulus thing. It doesn't matter if you're working. It's not like you got to be unemployed. So you working is in your best interest because if not, what you getting on that monthly check, it's not gonna balance out, man. If you don't make the right moves, you will still struggle. That monthly shit is don't think it taxes are gonna be different in the future. People ain't gonna be mad. People ain't gonna want to pay that H&R Block. Everybody gonna turbo tax it.
And then that's why I use turbo tax. But then all the shit you gotta pay back too. So you definitely gonna be like we were talking about that today on that the angle thing for quite a bit and talking about like how even like with the housing and all that stuff, like the shit if you didn't get it taken care of, you gotta pay all that shit back. And you know what I mean? They want it like right then. You gotta pay that. You have the shit that you owe during COVID, and if you owed it before COVID, that's a whole separate bill because they're not taking care of anything that was pre-COVID. You know, it starts from a certain month, and then it's like enough you owe for that. That's a whole separate. And then the coming months, you know what I mean? Or if you're in that bracket, you know, say like if I was behind right now in this current rent state, and then I was like behind from COVID. That's 2 separate ones, and one of them like they don't want like it goes towards you pay now But either way it goes, you fucked because it's gonna when it's time to pay up, you're gonna like be in the hole, and then you still don't have to pay prior and then and pass, and it's just like like here where I'm at right now. See, my landlord's fucked up, lots of paperwork and shit, and so I don't know how that works for everybody here, but I just did what I needed to do, but I ain't stupid because you ain't about to run me no numbers that ain't prior to, but that's prior, that's not there. So yeah, they tried to gaffle me 500. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work. Like going on, like forward, like how's that gonna affect living? You know what I mean? After this, like, say for instance, somebody late on their rent because shit ain't panning out because you owe this, money ain't
But
hitting the same no
don't they
more.
got? But don't they?
You want an allowance?
Did they didn't they extend the COVID? You can't kick
The
nobody out
renter
yet.
thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought it
Yeah,
was
they
August
like
31st. August 31st.
yeah, I don't know.
that
Ours was this said
so
June, but
August
who knows?
31st is the day. Is the day that's the official day that they can start
But they
evicting
keep saying it.
motherfuckers.
But they said that about March. They said that shit about June. They was like, "This is the day, June 30th,
And
this
this is what
day."
I'm saying. If they're gonna keep extending it, then they have to be given, these fucking homeowners have to, these landlords have to be getting something. Like you would have to give them something, man. There's people in their house that they can't kick out, so they can't make new money.
Yeah, some of them aren't. They is really out
And
there tripping
as
hard.
soon as one person though, all the hoarders came there. So now you got a whole bunch of people living there that you can't kick out.
Yeah,
Man,
there's a
you
lot of
bugging.
them that can't get nobody out. They're selling it with people in it.
Yeah, you bugging. This shit fucked shit up. Like there's people that's sick. You make you want to not be a somebody who have rentals.
Right.
Like, but that's just certain people. I mean, there's a lot of people are just doing what they're supposed to do, working and paying their bills. Some people are
Yeah.
really paying their bills. So I'm not gonna say we don't pay our bills. I'm just saying there's a lot. There's a lot of people that just ain't paying their bills, man. White, black,
Yeah.
ain't no color to it. Like I'm not even saying like niggas, like black people. I'm talking about like all niggas, white, black, whatever. They just mad people just like fuck that. I ain't paying shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can't even go to court. You can't do shit. So nigga just taking over your fucking house. That is not gonna fly. That won't fly. That
Can
ain't
do
gonna
is
fly, man. Get the fuck out of here. You
take
ain't
you to
gonna.
court.
That is
They can
not
take
gonna fly.
you get back pay after it's all done with. Like say my landlord's here or whatever. If they didn't F up, if they sell, they can take you to court and go get the after like everything, the whole renter's extension, whatever, then they are allowed to like a civil or like a take you to court for that back rent, basically, which a lot of them is lined up to do. Like
Yeah,
if it would have ended already, then they would have tried to have had me in court if I didn't catch it. So because they didn't want me to pay, they didn't want nobody to pay. They said don't take any money from any tenants. They said don't take any half payments, don't take nothing. But the new landlord was like, "Now we're not going to do that."
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. Fuck that shit. I just know be prepared for the new world order. Cause that's what it is. They just reorganize the shit, man. Everybody expect too much for these little stupid sayings. New
The
world
reset.
order. Fucking
Okay, so now
1999, it was the Y2K. We was over here fucking doing mad dumb shit. Nothing happened. not even a twinkle.
Yeah,
Not even a twinkle in the sky. Nothing.
there's no
Nothing.
behind it.
so today, hold on.
Today,
So today I go and I have to take a CPR course for work, and the lady who's teaching the CPR is also head of COVID relations at the job, and they're gonna roll something out where vaccinated guests don't have to wear a mask, but they're not gonna ask people for proof. They're gonna go on the honor system. So you know what that fucking means. Everybody and their mother is.
I'm
Yeah,
vaccinated. I've been vaccinated.
yeah.
That's just a set. That's just some bull. That's just some fuck with people because they know that how that's gonna go. But we can't trust you now. We gotta.
Oh, but they got the thing you can carry. It's an ID thing. You can scan it and everything. I know a couple of people.
Yeah, a lot of people got busted.
They got the app. They got the app. You put your shit in, and then it comes in your phone. You can save it. So anytime somebody asks you, can just and show you shit. They're gonna need that to get inside like events. You're gonna need that scan shit. It got the barcode and everything on the thing that says that you vaccinated, that you got your vaccination. But like my boy, like one of my people said, they want you to get it every 6 months.
You didn't hear about. Never mind. Cause I'm gonna be going that investigation that's going on.
But that's
scandal.
I'm not gonna go
About COVID. Yeah, about this very thing, COVID. Fauci and all of them.
Yeah, I'm not going to entertain the scandal right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, it's the same motherfucker that said that you should take it, and this is what it's good for. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the agenda is. But did you guys know that? Did you know that America is pretty fucked up with everything? That is, you know how that one time we were talking about putting like race on like applications and shit like that. So you know, like those groups like you saw I was in today. Why is it like everybody's like from like Switzerland, England? Because that app is in Europe. That's a Europe-based app. And then people ask questions. They be like, in America, you don't understand like what you guys have race on your applications. They said damn near everywhere that's illegal to ask about race when you're applying for a job or like
that's something I feel shouldn't be on any application. Like,
right.
what does it matter what fucking race I am? Like, that shouldn't be on the application. Period.
Man, I've been Asian for so long. I'm dead ass, yo. I put Asian. I go to the islands. I'll pick certain things depending on how I'm feeling.
What we did do that, but they just be like your birth certificate.
I put all types shit. White.
But I had Caucasian in me last night.
Listen, if it matters, then because then you have to expose that I lied. And when you bring that up, now I have an argument. Now I got something 2 legs to stand on when you start telling me why the fuck I lied about my race. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Says you're white, and who's to say I'm not? Who the fuck is to say I'm not? You can claim whatever percentage you want to claim, right? That's what everybody does. So you can claim whatever percentage. I'll claim that small percentage of white that I got. I'm pretty sure one of my ancestors and one of your ancestors slept together. Yeah, listen, man, fuck it. But they didn't never say how many percentage. They start asking percentages. Now we got a problem. Listen, I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm just trying to find a nice little quiet place to just go live my life. That's it, man. Some shit like on Shooter or some shit where you just out nowhere. That when somebody pulls up, you like, what the fuck? You could just grab your gun like, what are you doing on my shit? Just laying up somewhere, man. And these days, you can do it a lot better than back in the days, man. I'm talking about get a basketball court, a little handball court. Like, just live somewhere. People can go hiking to your crib. Yeah, how you getting up there? You gotta hike, nigga. You gotta show me how much you want to come to my house.
You mean you ain't got no road? You ain't got no road or nothing? Nah, man. You gotta take the path.
Yeah, the vehicle stays down here for the tracker. We don't want our shit tracked. Nah, but kidding, but not kidding. It might not be on the mountain, but There'd be a certain sector that your cell phone just will have to go into a box. Your cell phone would just have to go into a box for a little while. Hope you ain't looking for nobody. Oh shit, yo, listen. This week was a crazy week, so I'm kind of like tapped out on topics. So if anybody got something that they want to talk about,
Not gonna do it.
it's been a long week for me, man. I've been fucking. Woo! This was a crazy week. Probably one of the craziest weeks I had.
I don't know what I've been doing. What have I?
I've been
I'll just
recording a lot. I've just been recording and recording. That's what I've been doing.
I was out of commission for 2 days. A day now.
I'll get back
Don't
to it.
sleep in the chair.
I'll come down there
And
and
sweating. I'm sweating. It's like
I get to go down there and sit in the Real Wide studio. Yo, oh man, the PA Real Wide studio. This shit gonna be crazy. I get to spin around in the chair, talk on that fancy ass mic.
Look at different cameras and shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
he gets to sit on the other side of this desk.
On the other
with
side.
the mic, and I'll have a camera and everything set up. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna do radio work on your computer. I'm gonna sit behind the mic and do radio work and go live at the same time. Like, look at me in the El Jefe seat.
That was
It's a new
crazy.
seat,
He was
too.
in that room.
And it's a new seat.
Front of you to be. Oh, you got a new chair too?
Yeah. I just put it in today.
He said, "Yeah." You know,
Yo, Brandy.
probably got some like.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I ain't gonna say it out loud. I'm gonna send it to you in private chat. I don't feel like saying it out loud.
Okay. No, I didn't even know. Like earlier today, I was like, I was talking because I don't ever look at the screen. Sometimes it's a bad habit, and I just be going. And then the dude, because it was my room, but he kept telling people, "Go ahead, you can go." And I'd be like, "Oh, there's raising the hand," and then I looked, and I was like, "Why?" I see no picture. I'm like, I clicked on it. I was like, "The fuck? Oh, you been down here?" I didn't even know he was in there that whole time. I just be.
I
Let
was
me
there
go,
for
and I go.
a few. I wasn't there that long, but I was there for a few.
Yeah, we was in there 4 fucking hours. I think I started that room at, I don't even know what time it started. Like 7, 8.
Like
I
10
don't
something. 10 something, because you sent me a message like at
Was
10
it?
something to join that room. And I had went.
Oh, okay. I think we had. So yeah, it wasn't that long before. We might have had a good 2 hours in. Maybe. Because I think I woke up and then I was just like, I'm just go in here, start one, because I missed my other one. I think it was like 9. And I looked, I was like, oh, I'm gonna invite Wise to see if he comes today.
I think you have to.
All right. It's got it. Huh?
Probably have to sign some stuff for his trademarks.
Oh yeah, finally. I fucked up too. I uploaded two logos at the same time. And they don't, even though I thought I corrected it, it still went to their shit. So I had to clarify that. Trademarking these logos. Oh man. The money I. Oh yo, did you get my damn, I don't want to ask that either.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Brandy.
Yes.
Oh, I couldn't hear you.
Hey.
I thought you muted yourself being funny. What else is there to talk about? I don't know. There was nothing really to talk about. We talked about stimulus checks that everybody's about to get. We talked about the question. What's this shit?
Sorry ass bitches. Touched on that, right?
I'll save that for another episode. I'm tired of talking about that. I think we beat that subject up enough. And I'm definitely not talking about that. So yeah, my list is hit. my, my
Well,
list is hit.
it's gonna be a short night tonight.
No, Brandy's about to take over.
Yeah.
Brandy's gonna take over.
What?
I'm gonna be a spectator
Uh,
after I finish
what? You
my
mean like
after I finish
during
my
this?
yeah, yeah.
While the cameras is rolling? I mean, while the multi wop is going?
You live, right? This is your bag right here, this live shit. Now you live
Yeah, yeah,
on
but the stuff I
now
was
you
going
nah put
I mean,
out
I got some shit, but the shit.
all right, put your whatever you feel like talking about. This is like I'm passing the platform to the lady, the first lady. You get to this is this we're gonna let the women take over. You talk to these women. I don't really have nothing to say, so but they shouldn't be deprived of some type of real wise.
Well, I'm going to get ready for work, but
He's going to work. I'm going to do a couple of errands, and here we are
and
with
Brandy's gonna run the show.
and
Yeah, I'm
Brandy's,
gonna.
and here we go.
She's gonna close it out. She's gonna close it out. Good luck. Peace.
Guys are funny. Peas. I never liked them. So I'm kidding. um. Okay, so y'all ready for this? Because I got some shit. But I'm not gonna pull anything out of the other bag because that bag right there could possibly get me. I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable with that bag. Yeah, people be getting canceled left and right. It's not like it's not anything anybody don't know, but the way I put it down. So I can go the woman route, so let's go that route. And where do I start? Because I do have some shit to say. Um, so let me tell you about this right here. We've spent a year and something in the house, right? For most of us, I don't know. I can't really say for anybody else, but I know for me, I have been not shit. I was not active before fucking COVID, so it really doesn't even matter. And that was intentionally, like not intentional, like I'm saving myself, you know. But I mean, there was nobody got work. I'm not just gonna be giving it away for snacks just because it's there. You know what I mean? Like just being like, well, since I have it, yo, no, that's not how that works. So this was nothing. I've always known how to entertain myself since I was little. So that shit is always going to be something that's never going to be an issue for me. Like, oh, like I got to get it off. I never understood a woman that's like kind of like dudes where they're like they got to get one, they got to rub one in, or I just never understood that shit. Like I'm good. I'm okay. I don't. It's fine. If you don't think about it, you're good. And if so, just go get your fucking shower. You know what I mean, right? Call it a day, 2 for 1, and it's clean too. But to be doing all that extra stuff, I just think that personally, I think that shit is just a reason to, you know what I mean? I don't think someone is that really in need of getting it in. It's all mental. But anyways, that's the point. I feel like since we've been in the house for all this long, I know for me, I haven't, you know what I mean, been engaging because I mean, but just COVID, yo. Like I think that's about to change a lot, anyways, of how we date. Because I just don't it. Because if it doesn't, then that means the fuck was we doing all this time? How do you go back to normal dating? And why is no one talking about that shit? Mm, let me tell you why. To be honest with you, I don't really fucking know. But this is what this is what I think. I think that we never plan for shit. America doesn't plan for shit. We just kind of go with the motion. We just go through the motions, and you don't deal with nothing until it's right there, right then and there, right? And so I think somebody will literally, if this is what it is, will cross those lines and and act, not be all protected and safe wise as far as we've been wearing these masks and all that shit when it comes to getting the coup de cat or anything. I think there's a forbidden, like some kind of rule that we're not talking about, because I've had plenty of men holler at me during this pandemic, like as if it wasn't a pandemic. And it really throws me for a fucking loop. I don't know what they're thinking. I'm like, dude, it's COVID. What are you doing? Like, what? Don't look at me, let alone attempt to ask me it's COVID. You don't care about yourself. You don't have a mask on. You know what I mean? That's my initial thought. Like, we have to think that way, right? How do you go back to courting somebody? Like, do you be like, can I see your vaccination, thingy? Or you can only date people that are vaccinated because you're like, now it's become a thing. Like, before it was like, I'm for example, I'm a Christian, I'm a freaking Jehovah's Witness or some shit. Like, this is not gonna work. Something like that. You're like, well, I'm vaccinated. You like, now that's a criteria on your list. Like, let alone like she's got to have a head on her shoulders. Now she's got to have vaccine. She's got to be vaccinated with a vaccination card. Like, that is now one of your criterias for a woman. Like, she's got to be vaccinated. Now it could be, so you're like, definitely got to ask that question, before you even make it to the date, right? I think wear a mask on dates now too. Shit. Mm-mm-mm. That is crazy. Yeah, well, I guess I know in the beginning they was telling people to kiss through. They like, I'm not even gonna say that stupid shit, but that now that's the thing, right? And say if neither one of you guys are, I guess you guys are cool with it. If one of you guys are, so can the other person be like not wanting to date the other person because they are vaccinated? This shit is complicated. We're gonna need to make this into the rules, like, of dating, because you don't want to wait until then and then you didn't figure it out. So this is now became one of those dating must-haves. You have to do. You have to figure out this whole vaccination thing. Like, how are you gonna date? So I guess that's gonna be a fucking thing. People aren't gonna, if they truly really care, they're not gonna want to deal with people because of that reason. But if you're taken care of, then you should be straight, right? I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead, to be honest with you. But I date somebody that is not vaccinated. Well, let me see. I'm not vaccinated, so I don't think that'll be a problem. But it might be. Hold on, let me think. I don't know. I haven't made it there yet. Sometimes I think I want to date. That's just because I get, what I mean? Then I distract myself. And I'm like, oh, you silly girl. You don't want to date. Bored a little bit. Because, okay. About to get really honest here. What time is it? Can I get off yet? It's like, no, I got some minutes. So I'll just talk until this shit is over. I do this all the time anyway, so I don't know what the fucking problem is now. Excuse my language. Okay, so let me be very honest here. I'm a woman. Yes, I am. Lady, I'm a girl. We like mushy stuff. We like being in love. Unless you're just one of them hard people. It's like I do like mentality. Just like love, fuck love. Well, I'm not that girl. I like love. Yes, I do. I'm just not a sucker for it. I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I don't know if it has anything to do with how my father like treated, you know what I mean? He always treated me and my sister like we were his dad's girls. You know what I mean? Like daddy's girls. You know what I mean? Like my dad, he wasn't like too, you know what I mean? Like okay, like I got brat, you know what I mean, on my wrist. I wasn't gonna get spoiled, but I wasn't like spoiled rotten where I didn't know any better. Like people always told my mother that she had really well behaved daughters. You know what I mean? Really like manners, like manner, whatever. If that makes sense. But he would like never be too hard on us. Like if I got bad grades, complete F's on. My mom would be like tripping, and he'd be like, because he called it little whip, big whip, and he'd be like, "You smartest thing going," you know. So he, you know, just had a way of treating his daughters like he's supposed to treat his daughters. So I don't, and I guess I compare. I don't be going around looking for the daddy figure either. At the same time, I do date older men, and that is not even on purpose. That is just how shit pans out. And it usually is just, I think it's just because that's just, you know, I'm very mature. You know, I am 42, so how fucking mature is a 42-year-old supposed to be? But even like growing up, I wasn't never like handled by like older men, like a young tenderoni age. You know, I was 21 when I got with my husband that was 20 years older than me. Yes, he was. But he was a really cool guy. Like we still keep in contact now. Like that's you know what I mean? That's he treated me very well. Um, long story why we went together, but that's a whole nother that's a Patreon, okay? So you got to subscribe for that. Yeah, you do. Um, but yeah, cool guy. Uh was there for me, came to my mom's funeral, we still keep in touch, make sure each other's breathing. Um so so yeah, so I'm not really, but I still like to love when it's the right type of love, when it's time to love. But I'm not thirsty for love. Like I don't want anybody to latch on to somebody just because I want them to love me. That's pretty pathetic. I don't want a man to look at me and resent me, or then I'm looking at you like, why are you even here if you don't like me? Because I don't understand that shit. I don't understand people that get in relationships don't even want to be in one. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard of in my life. And I think that's why we spend a lot of time talking about the negative parts of relationships versus the good parts, because there's good parts. Because if there wasn't, then why are we even talking about the shit? So I feel like we need to take the energy and shift it and actually talk about the good parts. And then that shit, you know, because there's energy in words when we talk about things, like how we talk about hatred all the time, even though you're bringing awareness to it, but you can overkill, you know, it's like because hatred thrives off of being kind of like talked about, you know, and then you just forget to talk about the good shit because you're so busy bringing awareness to all of this horrific shit that's going on. So you kind of like have to switch the script up, you know what I mean, and start reminding people why relationships are good. Talk about the good stuff because there's good stuff. No one's going to focus on the good stuff if we always focused on what makes them bad, and then that's just what we're going to focus on. Like I think we are I can't wait until I start my radio show. Cause I think we are way past that point where well, all men is this, all women is that. I never fell into that trap because okay, one time, but I was healing. You know what I mean? I was like going through some shit, you know what I mean? But I did that shit on my own. I made myself, I'll give that to a Patreon too. Ladies, if you want to know a short, quick fire way to get over a dude, I'm gonna tell you how. It's gonna take some practice. You're gonna have to like fucking buckle down, but you can do it because once you do it, you like shit. Because there's an initial stage where you just gotta it's like, girl, don't do it, do it. You really think you just end, you can't let them go, and it's not even that. It's just the whole thought. It's in your head, and then when you're done, you be like, what was I thinking? You wasn't even like all that serious. It's all sometimes in our heads when we tell ourselves these things. It's in our fucking heads. That's why they think we're crazy. Because that should be in our head. We make up these narratives and we done told ourselves that we are in a relationship. We done 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say 8 times out of 10, the woman done tripped herself up to make herself believe whatever she's feeling, he's feeling. You in love. You know what I mean? He done put it on you. And he must feel that way too, by the way he keeps looking at you and calling. And he don't even like you like that. It's crazy. He could be thinking the opposite thing and in the same situation. So what I say to that is stop giving up the cookie. And if you are going to give up the cookie, just know, don't mean that he's going to love you or he loves you even in the least bit, or he's even has a plan to start to love you. Because he don't love you now and you're giving away the cookie. What makes you think he's going to want it then? If he's getting it for free now without any work, why would he work for it later? Why would he wife it? Why would he? In some cases, they do. Some cases, they do. But don't look at it that way because you might not look up like that. That person probably really just loved that person. But if he, why would he change? Why would he like, I'm going to make that, if he was already giving it, doing wife duty, doing wifely, whatever, because some people save themselves and that's the natural way to go. But since we don't get down like that in this generation, now we got that. I think that's why God made certain rules so we didn't have to go through this stuff. You're supposed to say that shit for your husband, for that one. You know, mine is a little twisted. Like I truly believe in is that monogamy? That's the right word. And keeping yourself for that one person. I'm not into here and there because if I'm intimate with the person, that I was like, that's so rude. Was like, StreamYard trying to tell me something? The fuck? StreamYard is rude. So I wasn't done. But yeah, I think that you should. I think it's very, to me, I just think it's a turn on just to have yourself. You just got it all. Just one person that you know you really got it the hots for. It's really good when you actually like the person you're with. I promise you, it is. So yeah. That's I had some. Oh yeah, don't get a cookie out. You're not gonna put a payment down on some shit that you was already giving away. All right. So why buy the cow if you're getting the milk for free? So just don't be giving out the milk, and then be surprised like why he ain't get it yet because you didn't make it work or you gave it away already. As messed up as that sounds, you know, that's how men be thinking. It's unfortunate. But the thing is, you got to know that. You can't go around and blame it on that for the rest of your life. Like, oh, man, they do this. You have to think for yourself. You know what I mean? And I find that when you're easy, like, it's not even that we're easy. It's that we truly, really, just the messed up part is we do have feelings. You know what I mean? And we we just can't live in that little girl mode anymore where it's like, you got to suck that. You got to put them big girl panties on. You know what I mean? And be like, look, you know what I mean? I'm not having this shit. I'm out of here and be out of there. Because if it was meant to be, you come knocking, you come back. And if it wasn't, then keep it pushing because you don't want to be with somebody that doesn't truly want to be with you all the way in the first place. You know what I mean? So you're doing yourself a favor. Don't settle just because you're gonna lose in the end. Both of you guys are gonna resent one another. You know, like be in it for reals, for reals. And if it's not for reals, then don't. Then make sure that you are both on that not for real level. You know, but don't go around expecting shit that you never brought up, you never talked about, you didn't express. And if he didn't give you the opportunity or he never just wanted to, then you already know what to do. You can't talk to me, but you can stick it. Wait, you got to go. That's little boy syndrome right there. You can't talk about shit. That's unattractive. Okay. That'll be the next show. We're going to talk about what makes a man not sexy. Oh, no, no, no. We're not going to talk about what makes them not. We're going to talk about what makes them sexy. And it's not even like the things that people would think. So I'm just saying. As for me, I'm not into the shit that people think would be. Your car isn't moving me. Your money damn sure isn't moving me because it's not mine. So what the fuck? Why am I moved by another motherfucker's money? I like my own shit. when I want to do what I want to do with my shit, I don't even want to do to even assume or think that I'm doing whatever I'm doing for his money. Cause that makes me feel lowly. Like I'm not that kind of girl. That's don't have that perception in your head. You know what I mean? That's why I like being able to just do me. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not that kind of girl where I just can't accept anything from a man like that. That's not the case. But I'm not fucking with you because of your money. You know what I mean? That's just because if I don't have it, then I gotta wait for you. That's like not a cool feeling. I gotta for you to buy that shit. You know what I mean? Like, what if you just did or anything I'm wanting? I got this. I gotta wait for this dude to do it. I find that for me to be, I don't know, embarrassing or it's just not a way I would want to be. So you know what I mean. So if it's not my money, then it's pretty much useless to me because it's not mine. You know, so that doesn't move me. Your car will never move me because it's okay. Car, what's that got to do with me? What moves me is that you have a head on your shoulders, that you have respect for yourself, you have respect for moi and others, how you carry yourself. Like I pay attention to the way people treat other people. If you treat other people like shit, you know what I mean? If you're really gossipy, like I watch how people treat other people. I watch how people treat their family members and stuff like that. And I like somebody that is interested in me as well as them. And if I can't laugh with you, I don't know what to tell you because I like to laugh. So I want to be able to be your friend. And when we're on that level, I want to be able to just, oh. You know what I mean? But other than that, I'm not looking to have a rough time. I don't think relationships and love should even be hard. I know that they come with shit, but you have to be able to work through that. But I'm not down with confrontation, drama. It just really bothers me. I'm just not into it. So when you're single, you get used to like not having to deal with that part. You know what I mean? So uh and the insecurities, we all have them. I don't care what no one says. But it's up to the person you're in a relationship to not intentionally arouse those. Because some people will do that and that's not okay. To like intentionally make someone feel jealous or if they have something to worry about. People, I know people that do that. But for the most part, if you just can't stand somebody being around the opposite sex because of what you've been through or whatever, then you have to possibly get some therapy, something to deal with because that's gonna happen. Yeah, it's really gonna happen. So, um, I mean, I've been there, done that. You know, it's not cute. It's not cute, especially to spaz out or to even show it. Like if you feel it, keep it cute. You gotta keep it cute. And if you feel a way, maybe you should express it. You know, talk to. First of all, if he's doing his job, if he's doing what he's doing, he's making you feel like a beautiful person already. But you ain't got nothing to worry about. You know, and just because he's being kind and nice to my instant just set a fire to the opposite sex. That's crazy. If he was treating them like being really rude and nasty to the opposite sex, I would think that would be trashy of him. That's not. I wouldn't dig that. So, but yeah, always keep it cute. Don't argue in public. But sometimes I know that's just easier said than done. But I mean, for the most part, I mean, you can control most of that shit. And don't talk down to you, dude. That's a whole nother So I have to go fix that because that's a new fire alarm. And it's just an instant. Give me a second. Hey, Bradley, don't be alarmed. Oh, that both of them? Oh crap. Okay. All right. So, where did I leave off? Go smoky stuff. Okay, so you guys got to hang out and see Brandy almost burned down her room. You're welcome. That was part of the show. That was the what do you call it? Like the theatrics for the night. So totally was happy to have you here. I ain't gonna lie, that should burn the fuck. Look, but see the wick is still right there. For my landlords, the fucking fire alarm works wonderful. And I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a good night. And thank you guys for listening to my crazy ass. And I'm out of here because I got this freaking black shit just falling to this fucking candle. That was a highlight. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I guess I'm supposed to end this out. Damn. End it out. But I don't remember how because now I got all this smoky shit in my freaking face. My son didn't even come out the room. It was crazy. All right, guys. Have a blessed evening. I'm just gonna go ahead and end it like now. I might not end it how we usually do it, but that's okay. I can just say it's from smoke inhalation. Peace.